Yo, what's up, guys? Teddy Striker here, and this Saturday we got the rematch in boxing with Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz. Now, this fight is, it is kind of exciting for me because, we've seen the first fight in MMA. It wasn't too competitive. Jorge Masvidal was using his Muay Thai skills very effectively against Nate Diaz. He was able to cut him up with an elbow, hurt him with knees, and drop him with a kick to the head and using his body kicks to kind of slow down Nate Diaz. But Nate was having some success with his boxing in that fight. And this time around, both of these guys are strikers. They both got, pretty good hands, and they're going to go at it in a boxing match with 10 rounds. Now, there won't be any excuses about, oh, this guy's just he's just a crowd sniffer, or this guy's just kicking my legs or kicking my body. No, this is straight hands. There should be no excuses for the loser. You just got pieced up if you lose. And, I feel like Nate Diaz is the underdog in this matchup because of what happened in the first fight. But I actually feel like he has a pretty good chance of winning this fight. And I'm actually considering picking him to actually beat Jorge Masvidal. Now, Nate Diaz, when you look at him fight, you're like, oh, this guy's kind of slow. It doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing. His defense is pretty lacking. He's very easy to hit. But, one of the things that he's very, very good at doing that, might, be overlooked is his ability to make adjustments to his opponent. Even when he's hurt, he's able to make these adjustments based on, massive openings that his opponents are leaving on him or something that works consistently for their opponent. But he's able to find an answer for that. And I want to talk about this example from the Jorge Masvidal fight and then an example from the Leon Edwards fight to kind of show this ability of Nate Diaz. So in this clip, Nate Diaz goes for a right hook and Jorge Masvidal counters him with a clean left hook, and then he goes for a right straight. But when Jorge Masvidal goes for that left hook, both of his after that left hook, after he lands it, he goes to the right straight and he doesn't bring his left hand back to his face. So he leaves an opening and he leaves his chin wide open. Later in that same round, Nate Diaz goes for the same exchange. He starts off a combination with a right hook. This time he goes to the body, and notice he immediately falls up with a left straight that catches Masvidal right on the chin. So from the exchange earlier in the round, Nate Diaz saw that Jorge Masvidal likes to counter him with a left hook, followed by a right straight, but he leaves himself open for a left straight of Nate Diaz's own, and Nate finds that opening and he just lands it on him. And then in the Leon Edwards fight, Nate notices that Leon Edwards likes to counter him with a wide right hook. Leon Edwards would do this every time that Nate Diaz would enter the pocket, so Nate Diaz started to try and intercept him with a left straight. Nate struggled a bit with getting this shot off, but eventually he was able to land it perfectly and nearly knock Leon Edwards out cold. And not only is Nate, able to make these adjustments, he also understands just basic boxing principles. When he was a southpaw against Jorge Masvidal, who was an orthodox fighter, he would start his combinations off by firstly making sure he has the outside foot advantage, which makes it a lot easier to land shots on your opponent without getting countered. Like you see Usyk doing here, this is something that a lot of boxers do whenever they're southpaw orthodox or even MMA or kickboxing fighters. They always make sure they got this right, and Nate was able to land some combinations by doing this first. Yes, he was, losing the fight, but he did have some strong moments that could show what could happen in a pure boxing situation. But overall, I think that Jorge Masvidal is going to come out strong in this fight. Nate Diaz is open to that left hook. I think that Jorge is going to look for that shot, look for those body punches to kind of slow Nate Diaz down and make his, gas tank, lower his gas tank and maybe fatigue him enough to the point where he won't be able to take those big shots to the face. But, I don't think that Jorge is going to be able to have too much of an effect with those body shots. Nate Diaz is incredibly durable. His stamina is basically unlimited. His body durability, his head durability is really incredible. I think he's going to be able to take those big shots from Jorge. And Jorge is going to be looking for those big shots early on to try and slow Nate Diaz down and kind of, make him slow down with that pressure, because Nate is going to be coming forward, putting some combinations on Jorge, and just kind of trying to drown him. So Jorge is going to be looking for those big shots to slow him down. But I think that Nate Diaz is going to be able to take those shots. And I think that Jorge is going to be, he's going to start to slow down, because I don't know if it's just me, but ever since he got knocked out by Kamaru Usman, I feel like Jorge is like, I don't know what it is, but he doesn't feel like he's the same fighter. Like, maybe it's because there is the grappling aspect of the Colby and Gilbert Burns fight, but it seems like his gas tank has like he's not able to, fight with the same efficiency. He gets fatigued a lot faster, and maybe it's because of his age. But even the striking, like, he seems a bit more timid. He doesn't seem like as slick as he was before. But now that there's no takedown defense, we'll see if he can come back to his old ways. But I feel like he's going to be getting fatigued in this fight. I don't think he's going to be as sharp as he was in 2019. And I think that Nate Diaz is going to win this by a decision. I could see it being a split decision. Jorge could drop him, but I think that Nate Diaz is going to win this by decision. But let me know what you guys think.